Hello, and welcome back to Everyday Us. Quick recap from last week. We discussed family dynamics. This week, we're shifting gears and focusing on some professional help. And I'd like to introduce our first guest on Everyday Us, Mrs. Francesca Wehr, LCSW, a Gottman-trained therapist. So we are extremely excited to have her on board here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, welcome. Now, we decided to have Francesca here with us because we have never had a couples therapy before. And one thing that the Catholics have right is meeting with the priest before you get married to make sure you guys are on the same page. Now, although we have already said I do, it is never too late to start therapy. So our great friend Francesca is here today to give us an inside scoop of what it could be like when we do start couples therapy. And if you are looking for a couples therapist, your girl's right here. So we're going to pass the mic to Francesca to introduce herself and let us know what's going on today.
Thanks, guys. So I am a licensed clinical social worker. I have my own private practice. I'm not very creative, so it's just my name, Francesca Wehr, LCSW, mental health counseling. But I do individual work, family work, and couples work. My primary focus is through a trauma-informed lens, so EMDR, brain spotting, but something that I've recently added to my repertoire or my schedule is the Gottman method for couples counseling. And I have learned a lot about just things that I can even do differently in my relationship with my husband. It was really fun to learn about, and it's really fun to work with the couples that I'm seeing. It basically gave insight into the ways that we interact with the people that we love. How can we make sure that they're hearing us and that we feel understood and validated? And something that for you guys, even if you're not having issues, it's always a good idea to get a baseline or a foundation of communication skills so that when things get stressful,
Right.
You have a skill set that you need to navigate a problem a little bit more effectively.
Perfect. I'm really excited to get into it. So what's first?
Okay, so if we were doing an actual session, which this is more of like a little sampling of all of the different things that one would expect in at least a Gottman-focused therapy session, it would literally be you guys telling me the story of how you met, your love story. I want to hear all about it. But because this isn't going to be, the full hour of how you guys met. Instead, we're going to be going through a little bit of a relationship check-in.
Okay.
And so I have a few questions where we figure out the different areas within the Gottman method. How you two basically score up and tally up.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Love it.
the first section is love maps. How well do you know each other? So, the first question is, I know my partner's favorite food. So, if you guys get it
Do you want
right,
to start this?
the person who gets it right gets a point.
Okay.
Favorite food?
All right.
Yeah, you go first.
Oh.
Or I can go first. Either or.
Okay. I think I can try to go first. Your favorite food. This is tough. All right, might as well get the divorce now because I don't know. I would.
Right, I'll go first.
Okay, you go first.
Favorite food? Oh, can I say two options? Actually, no. Okay, I'll go for the one. Favorite food for you? Lobster.
Okay.
Lobster.
Okay.
Lobster. Every time we go out, lobster pasta, lobster this, it always catches your attention. And yeah.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I would say it's lobster, but more so I would say it's pasta over lobster just because it's very expensive. So although I see it and I do want to get it, I try not to be that girl all the time to get the most expensive thing on the menu.
Let's dream big in this moment. You are that girl. You can get lobster whenever you want.
Okay,
Is it your
then
favorite
it's
food?
lobster, baby.
Let's go.
Lobster all day.
Okay, so for Ian, I would say, I don't know. I kind of want to say Chinese.
Oh my! It's my
Completely
favorite
off?
food. Chinese. No, I mean I do love Chinese.
I know, but
wouldn't
you
say it's
always
my
wanna order it.
favorite. Oh, because we have a place very conveniently down the street. But
This is already going bad, guys. All right. Okay.
I mean, that was a good guess. Good guess.
What is it? I don't even want to take another guess because it'll probably be wrong.
No, that's fine. Honestly, the more I even think about it,
Do you even?
Is it right? Do you even
do
know?
I even know? I'd say, oh my god, damn! I just had it in my mind a minute ago. But I
Tough
do love
questions in
Chinese.
therapy. You know,
I
what's your favorite
know.
food?
Yeah.
Like we already.
This is it. This is it.
Guys, therapy is so hard. I just
you know what you
don't
could have
know.
said?
What? What?
French onion soup.
Oh, okay.
That would have
That's
been
a nice
it.
one.
That's a
All
good
right.
one. Or chicken pot pie.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it takes a minute just to remember my taste palette, but yeah, there it
Okay,
is.
so I'll give Ian a point for that one.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, when my husband and I were doing this, he actually pointed out, like, he was like, no, isn't your favorite food this? And I was like, oh, yeah. So, you know,
Nice.
things can happen.
Okay.
All right.
What's next?
Next. I can name their current favorite TV show.
Current.
Brian's eyes.
Okay, I'll go first on this one, of course. Your current, I mean, it would have to be Keeping Up with the Kardashians,
Okay.
or one of those
Yeah.
Love Is Blind, Netflix dating shows, The Circle. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna stick with Kardashians
Yes, I would say the Kardashians.
or The Bachelor.
Old season or the new season?
New season. So I started watching the Kardashian as my like gym show. Like it'll just be playing in the
So it always
background while
starts.
I'm working out. And then I stopped working out at the gym like a year ago, and I refused to watch the Kardashians because I'm like,
That's your gym show.
this is my gym show, and I'm gonna go back to the gym, and I need something to watch. Your girl never went back to the gym, so I just started
But
watching.
she kept on keeping up.
So I kept, yeah. So now I'm keeping up because I fell off, and now I'm back on. And yeah, I'd give you that.
Okay.
Your show changes like with the season and everything. I would say right now it's probably, which you probably finished it, but it's the Love, Death, and Robots, or Love,
that's a good
Robots.
one.
What is it?
Oh no, I mean that was a good show. I was just
It's not
watching
really a
for a
plot
little
to
bit.
follow,
Not
but it's
really.
a
It
good show.
isn't.
Alex and I were watching that one.
Right?
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a lot like Black Mirror.
Yeah.
with
But AI.
animation, AI, robot, yeah, that type of stuff.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it was my favorite show, or I mean,
But like, what are you watching?
honestly,
I feel like right
it's
now you're
more
just
so
doing,
a
like,
lot of
video
hockey
games.
and documentaries,
So
basically.
would she be right if it was like the show that you're like?
There was a time where Love, Death, and Robots was my show, but that was a while ago.
It was like 2 seasons. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
But
that
I
was
thought
a
the new
while
season
ago.
just came out.
No, there was a show on Prime that came out, but still, that was back in like November. Right
Do
now,
I know my husband? I don't. All right.
I mean, she's not wrong. I don't really have a show right now. I've just been watching
So
a lot
could
of
that
hockey.
count as a point though? Because at
One point,
it,
yes, yeah.
I
I'll
got
give
you,
you
Mariah, I
that.
got
I'll give
you.
you
All
that.
right, thanks. So I get 1 point. I'll still give him a point. Can he still get a point
Yeah.
because he got mine?
Yeah.
All right, great.
Flip
Wow.
the playing field.
Now
oh yeah,
I'm
you
starting
guys
to
can
sweat.
both get points. That's
I want all the points.
all right. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
This is kind of funny on point. All right. I know something that they're stressed about right now.
I think it's really easy to know what I'm stressed about.
Oh my god, yeah. All right. Do you want me to go first, or you?
I would say that you are probably stressed about a new career, wanting a new change,
Yeah. No, I guess you could
because
say
you're
that.
not happy right now. So
Yeah. No, that definitely works.
All
Okay.
right. That's +2 for Mariah.
+2.
woohoo. What about you?
Let's see. I'd say right now I guess like the bridal business somewhat. And if not that, yeah, I'd say right now that's kind of just been stressing you out. I think as you get closer to those weddings coming up. And if not that, well, that's probably the number one right now.
Right now.
Yeah. Setting up for this.
Honestly, I feel like the weddings aren't stressing me out.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's the only thing that's giving me like purpose. I would say right now I'm really stressed with finance.
Finance. That was my second guess.
So it kind of goes hand in hand with the business, but I think more so getting more clients. I would need, yeah.
Okay, so would that be like, I don't know if I'm even allowed
Like
to
a
do
half
this, like a
point?
1 point instead of the 2? Because this
Yeah.
is a 2-pointer question.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay, I'll
1
take
point.
Right.
All right. I can list at least 3 of their biggest life goals. This is a 3-pointer, so it's like per goal, basically.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take this one.
Okay.
I'd say one is to open your own yoga studio.
Okay.
Other one is to, of course, have a bigger wedding business, more partnerships and this and that, more relationships with venues, of course. And 3, to be in a place where you could just basically do that and be a stay-at-home mom in the future.
Be a future mama. I mean, you're not wrong with that. Yeah, I would give that to you.
Cool.
Okay. Boom.
Yeah. So that was 3 points?
Yeah. Oh, good. You're keeping like actual score.
I
Okay.
am.
I'm just kind of like written.
I would say for you to be at a job that you're happy with. Maybe, hopefully, recording your first audiobook
I
or
would
doing
say-
some kind of voiceover would be like a really big thing for you. And I don't know if it's mainly for you or if it's more for me, but being a dad, we're not pregnant, guys. We're not. But I feel like you can't wait to be a dad, and I think that you're going to be an incredible father. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if you are.
No, that was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Well done. Point for sure.
Aw.
Okay, we're getting used to it. We're getting somewhere, guys.
All right. I know what they do with a surprise day off.
It's done. She sleeps.
Yes.
4.5, 5-hour minimum nap.
I thought you were going to be like paddleboarding or yoga.
She's nope.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say yoga. He went straight for it, sleep. Yes.
Well, that's why you guys are married. He
Yeah.
knows you.
I would say that's perfect.
So that's a 2-pointer.
Woohoo. And then for you, I would say, I don't know, being able to just have a drink in your hand. And
A full alcoholic over here.
no, not an alcoholic, but when it's your day off, you just like to.
Like tropical beach vibes in Mexico with a pina colada kind of
Exactly.
drinking and not the sad drinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he just likes to have a nice
said.
drink and to be able to work out. And yeah, that's all you have to do on your day off is pour a nice cold one, have it in your hand, maybe complete a workout, but then you're chilling.
At the same time, drinking and working out.
Not at
Oh,
the
no,
same
no.
time.
Oh, yeah, no.
So maybe working out first, working out
Always.
in the morning,
Always.
Okay.
get those abs in, then he goes for a run, and then as soon as he's done, he'll shower and then pour that glass.
My husband's living in the
Reward.
future, and he'll have the beer in the shower.
Oh,
I love that.
I've seen him. Yeah,
I've tried that.
Do you
It
guys
just doesn't
have
work
like
out.
a holder for your beer?
that's gonna be his next birthday gift.
That's great. Honestly, our next episode, we're talking about celebrating your partners and birthdays and everything. So we might need to ask you what you're doing for his birthday or
Yeah,
how you guys like to do that. So
yeah. Oh, birthdays are a big deal.
Yeah. Remind us to ask you at the end of this episode so we don't get distracted. All right. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, point.
10 points for Gryffindor.
10
2
points.
and 2. And then this was only applicable if you guys really like bombed this section, which you guys didn't. It was
I don't know. It started off rough.
it was but I think that's kind of symbolic. Like therapy can be difficult at first and then you hit your stride, you guys.
Okay.
Right?
Love that.
So this was going to be like a -3 points if you guys like couldn't even identify things that you liked or didn't like. So that doesn't apply here.
Great.
So, bids for connection. This is actually the most interesting part of this like intervention modality to me is the bids for connection because of the statistics behind what the bids actually represent. So bids are basically any attempt on either of your guys' end to start conversation, to initiate physical touch, to connect in any way. And so the John Gottman, when he was doing his studies, saw that couples that remained married after 6 years responded positively or towards their partner's bids or attempt to bid. I think it was like 83 or 86% of the time. Whereas the couples who were divorced, only 33% of the time.
Oh,
And so
okay. Wow.
it just shows how important it is to at least look interested in what your partner is saying and engage in some
Right.
way.
Okay.
So the first question in this section. When my partner sends me a funny meme, I react. This is a 1-pointer.
Yes. I
Yeah,
feel like
definitely.
that's how our relationship started.
That's beautiful.
Off of the memes, just sending each
Off the
other.
memes.
I love that. Okay, so 1 and both of you agree? 1 and
Yeah.
1, okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. When they randomly start talking about their day, I listen, even if it's something that I don't care about. This is a +2.
I feel like I always listen.
I feel like are you gonna say that I don't listen?
I feel like there's times where you hear what I'm saying, but you're not listening.
We need honesty.
And
here.
then later on, you'll be like, wait, what? I'm like, you didn't hear what I just said.
Is that true? Because every time I tell you that we have plans and then I remind you about the plans, you forget about them and like, oh, you never said that.
Oh my God. No.
So
You think?
who's actually listening? Do we listen and
No.
don't judge?
I think there's a lot of plans that you make that you tell a lot of other people. And then you forget to tell me until last second, like, oh, by the way, we have people coming over. Oh, before you leave, we have dinner reservations.
No, that's just going in one ear and out the other.
I have to to be fair, after I did the training in this like section, I had like a little break and I immediately went upstairs to my husband and I was like, I don't accept your bids very often and I'm sorry. So it's a very common issue. So even
Okay.
it's okay, but now you know. And that's why we do therapy.
We listen and we don't judge.
So what's the point situation?
I don't know.
I don't know if anyone can get a point for that.
Yeah,
but
no point.
No point. No
Fraction of a
points
point.
for
No
anybody.
point.
No points.
Okay.
There has to be that
Yikes.
round.
Okay. So I'm just gonna put no.
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 It's in there.
All right. I know when my partner needs a hug or extra support without them saying it. +3.
I feel like
Yeah.
we're good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that one. Definitely.
Okay. So this is a
Plus
+3. Okay. Are we ready? Mm-hmm. If my partner talks about something that they love, I stay engaged instead of zoning out. +2.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime we hear that passion coming from either one of us, all ears.
All right. Now, this is a -3. If you guys, so.
Oh
all right.
gosh. Here we
Pray for
go.
us.
If
We're
your
shipping.
go-to reaction to your partner's excitement is cool, and then you kind of change the subject very quickly, -3.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think we're ever. No.
Yeah.
No.
We're supportive around
Yeah,
here.
I love that. Yeah.
Full support.
In the training video, I saw some people literally be like, and then like just talk
Now,
about
if
something
it
in
was
the newspaper.
Chickpea, that would be it.
That's
that
a different
girl.
story. Completely different
I can
story.
tell her all about my day. She'll be like, "That's nice. Now where's my dinner?"
That's the toxic relationship in the household.
Yeah.
Yep, it's her.
But we love her for it.
We do.
We do. We respect her more for that.
All right. So now the third section or aspect of the Gottman method is fondness and admiration. How you guys show appreciation for each other. So basically, the bids for connection, fondness, and admiration, these are the things in the relationship that add to your positive bank account, kind of. So you need to have like a nice balance. You want to stay in the green within like feelings of kindness and just respect and happiness that you have towards one another. Because when there are issues, you know, we can make a withdrawal. And if we go into the red, that's when contempt and conflict and criticism will start to come into play.
Yeah.
And that's when there's like zero patience for anything that would come up. So, fondness and admiration. This one is only for 1 point, but I compliment my partner at least once a day.
I mean, I feel like I always receive compliments from you, so 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
You're always saying, "My beautiful baby," even though my hair is sticking in every peacock direction.
That's how we start until I'll find like a sock in the couch and be like, "Oh, what's this?"
What about, do you think I do it for you?
Yeah, no, I think you do
Okay,
that for me.
good.
Yeah.
I do it for Chickpea
Except
all
when
the
you tell me
time.
if I'm gaining weight or not, then I'm just like, "Oh," but for the most part, I don't hear that. It's always positive.
We don't have to talk about weights here. Body
This is
positivity.
Body positive, yeah.
You know?
This is body positive.
And I tell Chickpea every single moment,
Where is
second
she?
of the day. I have no idea where
Chickpea?
this girl went.
Let
Chickpea,
her be. Let her be.
come on. Make some
She's
money,
going
girl.
out for her Saturday night. She's
Her
gonna borrow
Catterday.
the keys and do her thing.
Oh, no,
Nope,
that
she's
was
gone.
I
just
thought
the
that was
heat.
her.
I thought okay. So both of you get 1 point there. All right. I say thank you for small things like making coffee or running errands. 2 points.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
We are very
Perfect.
polite.
Every night we have dinner. Compliments all around.
Good. Okay.
Compliments before criticism.
Always. Always.
Yeah.
That's my religion.
Put that on the wall. All right. I tell my partner why I love them beyond just the words, "I love you." So that's 3 points. So basically getting into specifics about why you guys love each other.
Beyond the words.
I don't know if we necessarily do that on like the reg.
I don't think that's like
no,
a
I
very
don't think
common
so.
thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like unless it's like our birthdays
why it's a
or
three-pointer.
like a special, like, yeah, I feel like we don't just like randomly list out the reasons why we love each other or
We should all start doing that. I feel
Right?
like the
I
world
Maybe we
would be a lot
should. That's
happier.
more of like an anniversary dinner type thing, I guess. Yeah, something like
yeah,
that.
but you don't need an invitation to show love to your partner. So we do need to change that.
So how about like that's a 1 point because like you guys
Okay,
do it,
I'll take that.
but it's not on the regular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We have inside jokes that no one else understands.
Somewhat.
I don't know if it's jokes, but we do have our own inside tea.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, that's the
So-
same, I'd say. Yeah. Yeah, no. All
We can
And
just
we'll
give
leave
a
it at
look.
that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Leave it at that. Leave it at that.
Case closed. How many points is that?
That's a 2-pointer.
2 points for
done.
Gryffindor.
All right. This is one of those -3 situations.
Oh,
I roll my eyes more than I give compliments. I'm guilty of eye rolling.
I
do
mean,
that a
I
lot.
definitely roll my
I roll
eyes.
my eyes. I don't even know I'm doing
I
it
don't
sometimes.
know if it's more than the compliments, but I definitely roll eyes because sometimes
That's a
this
tough
boy, I'm like,
I feel like it's even.
is common sense common?
I feel like it's even. Like I'll want to do that, and then I'll look and be like, "Oh, there's a mess over here, mess over there." But Yeah, no. I'd say it's 50-50. 50-50.
So can we do like a -1 on each?
Yeah, I'll take a minus.
So
Like-
let's do a -1. -1.
-1.
Okay. Okay. Now, I think that this is probably where a lot of couples struggle, and from a trauma-informed lens, it's usually because somebody ends up being triggered, or
Oh.
with the Gottman method, they call it flooding.
Okay.
So
Flooded.
if we're doing a classic Gottman method session, the clients would actually wear little heart rate monitors that would indicate once their pulse hit a certain like level
Yeah.
to identify at what point in the conflict you became triggered or
Ooh.
even like
We should start
overwhelmed.
using our Apple Watch for
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was just thinking. Okay.
So we use humor to defuse tension instead of escalating fights. This is a +2.
Humor to diffuse situations.
Doesn't always go over well. Sometimes I try to do that and it's too soon. And doesn't.
Yeah, I feel like that's hit or miss sometimes.
Right, it's
yeah, I feel like
definitely-
that's 50-50. Yeah, I'd say 50-50 out of that.
So usually when there is humor, we would call that a repair attempt. And you identify how many repair attempts happen on each side and whether they're accepted or declined.
It's a climb.
Okay.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
but humor usually is a repair attempt, and a pretty good one if you've already apologized or like
Yeah.
it's not like making a
Definitely
joke in the
when
middle of the
time,
fight.
That's
Like-
what I'm thinking. I definitely
Like we
attempt
don't
that,
do it like
but-
right away, but
No.
then we'll definitely like like even when you came over today with the espressos, make sure that they're nowhere near here because last time we had wine, we had to go to the Apple store for a new computer. So
Yeah. Yeah.
So much. Oh my god,
So-
I would lose my mind.
yeah,
Well,
that's how our first episode went.
wow, I love
Very
that. Though.
first
Behind
episode,
the scenes.
just spilled wine everywhere, red wine, and got on the carpet, got on the table. His entire keyboard
Almost stopped the shooting completely.
stopped working for an entire month. It was
Yep.
wild. Yeah.
If anybody wants to see, go to YouTube, check out the shorts.
Oh yeah, we do have a video of
social
it just
posts of
spilling everywhere.
Wow. Oh my god, I have to go immediately
Yeah.
after this.
that-
Right?
that was-
So now we can laugh about it.
Like-
But before.
Personally, we are friends, and I didn't even know. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So wait, where are we at with the points with this?
I'd say, and this is a twofer or a one?
This was a twofer.
I would say,
I'd say
one.
I'd say one.
Okay. So one each.
Yeah.
Who's winning? If it's not winning, it's not
Bryce.
winning. That's a bad therapist. move.
Right now I have 2 points ahead.
Okay. Who's winning? All right. When we argue, we focus on solutions instead of blame. This is a +3.
I feel like that's also 50-50. Mm-hmm. You don't think so?
I feel like, yeah, it definitely goes hand in hand because at first it's like, what the heck? Why did you do this? Blah, 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 blah. And then we go straight
Like,
into
how do we
like,
make sure this
how do we
doesn't
fix
happen
it?
again?
Don't
Yeah.
let it, yeah. So it's like our initial reaction is to just be like, ah! And then
Just
we're
react.
like,
It's expressing
wait.
the feelings.
Yeah. And
about
then
the
we like
situation.
reel it in on
Yeah.
like, all right, let's not do this again. Or so
Okay.
probably just 1 point. if
Okay.
anything.
So something that I like to remind myself personally in moments of arguments is that it's us versus the problem, not me versus you.
Ah, that's nice.
Yes.
And sometimes when I'm in conflict with my husband, I'll be like, it's us versus the problem. It's about us. He's like, all right, chill. So it does help to remind yourself that in the moment.
Your team.
So where are we at with that was a 3-pointer.
Oh, okay.
So you said it was 50-50?
Yeah, 50-50.
Okay. If one of us is upset, we take breaks instead of yelling.
Well, we never yell.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, so that's a good start there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have the hiccups, guys.
Oh, my baby.
Yeah,
I
feel
guess we
like
do.
we're
Sorry,
pretty
here we
good.
go. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like battling the hiccups. But no, I feel like we're really good at communicating when.
Do belly breaths. Like diaphragm breathing. Yeah.
Thank you, baby. You might have to take over. But no, I think.
I have the cure for hiccups. If you lay on the floor and like hold your belly and then like breathe in like like I tell kids
I've
to do
heard
it.
of that, yeah.
It's like elevator breathing.
Yeah.
Where it's like I'll put a stuffed animal on their belly and then they go up and then go down. It also works for hiccups and calming yourself down.
My band teacher used to do that for me.
For
They would
singing?
place a book. Well, more for like when I'm playing so that I can blow and it's coming from the belly and not from the chest so that you're
so
not like winded
My
and
voice
everything.
coach when I was younger and would do singing because my mom, but they would have me sing on the floor on my back.
Nice.
If it works, it works.
Right? I'm sorry, I got distracted. What was
It
the
was
question
hiccups.
with my
Okay.
hiccups?
If one of us is upset, we take breaks instead of yelling.
Yeah. We definitely take breaks. And I think we're really good at communicating with each other when we are upset or if something doesn't go our way. And I feel like that's really good for us because then we're not like holding on to things and then things aren't building and then we don't explode on each other. The second that something isn't right, we quickly address it and then move on.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's +2 for the both of you. Okay. Our conflicts usually end with understanding.
Yeah.
I would say.
I say 100% there.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's a +1.
Beautiful.
And then
24.
one of us brings up ancient arguments from like 5 years ago. And then that's a -3 if you guys bring up things that have been supposedly forgiven.
No.
Which is like an actually
No, we don't
common
bring
issue.
up like arguments or anything, but and you don't do it so much anymore. But I feel like at
the first year we
beginning
lived
of our
together,
relationship,
yes.
not even that. Like he would just like throw in my face, like, "Oh, is it one of the guys that you used to talk to, or one of those guys, or like blah blah blah?" I bet you that, and that like would bug the crap out of me. It's like I'm not talking about anyone. I don't share my past relationships for you to then throw it back in my face. And people don't ever do that. If you're in a relationship, don't bring up your partner's past and try to use it against them when they're sharing that to you in a space of safety and you think that it's a safe space, and then when you're in an argument you then use that again, like, oh yeah, well you were with all those men back then, or you used to do that, or yo mama was a hoe. I'm just kidding.
That's actually
Wow.
that's actually one of the 4 horsemen of like the demise of a relationship that we will get into
okay.
in a bit.
Okay.
Interesting.
But wait, so you guys don't do that.
No.
So
but
then-
like the
Yeah.
beginning of our
We
relationship, I said that's where we
grew away
struggled.
from doing
Yeah.
that, but yeah.
But you learned
in the early
you
days.
grew. Okay. All right, and then the last.
Wait, how many points was that?
Oh well, no, it was a -3 if you did it.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
so you're good. All right, the last part of this little checkup:
Okay. We're ready.
shared meaning and future goals. Are you a team? So.
Oh, absolutely.
And this is, I think, like from your last episode, kind of blending families and creating these shared experiences, respecting boundaries. I feel like you guys really touched on a lot of that, at least just in that episode alone. So I think that this will be one of your guys' strengths. But we have traditions or rituals that are ours. So like Sunday pancakes or Friday movie nights, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, well, now this is one of our new traditions, recording our
Our new
podcast
Sunday ritual. Yeah.
every Sunday. That has been great.
Or Saturday.
Or Saturday like today. Yeah, our traditions normally on Saturday, it's like our lazy day where we're just together He's playing his video games and I am taking my nap, and we just know that we're enjoying our own separate activities, but we're still in the same space together. So that has been great. And we also have our holiday traditions, especially for Christmas Eve. We like to open up stocking stuffers, just the two of us.
Yes.
Before we go with the family and have everyone else around. So we like to do things just the two of us. And yeah, I think we vibe out really well together. And then paddleboarding is our new thing that we love to do. It's meditative, and whenever one of us are having a stressful day and we're off, we're like, let's go out on the water. And we don't necessarily have to speak to each other. Just being out there is always so great.
Comfortable
Yeah,
silence.
exactly. A nice, comfortable silence.
Okay. So then I would say that's a +2 for the both of you. And you guys were doing this at the beginning of this conversation where we talk about our future and we make plans together. And that's a +3.
Okay. Great.
And so I can already say
Perfect.
+3, both of you.
Beautiful.
Now, we share at least one hobby, activity, or interest. You named a few of this podcast, the paddleboard, so it seems like...
Yeah. We
that's-
definitely have shared interests. And we love to be adventurous, outdoorsy. We love camping.
Love cooking. Love
Yeah.
experimenting with new recipes here and there, and just
We
go
actually
back and
enjoy
forth.
each other's company, so that's really great.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
like, surprise, surprise.
Get married already. All right. We support each other's dreams, even if they don't make sense to us, or to one of us. Sorry.
100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, the reason why we started this podcast is to get his voice out there. So hopefully he can do an audiobook soon. So if anyone wants my man to read their book, he's available.
Or just listen to mine once it's published.
Yes, he is working on his own book.
Learning something new myself. Cool.
I know. We might have to read it during our next book club.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Mariah
It's the
and I
rough
are in
cut version.
We're in a book club.
Yeah.
We're
it's the best.
We're well read. So that's both of you +3. And then this is a -3 situation if it applies, only if it applies. We live together, but sometimes it feels like we're just roommates.
Not so much now.
Yeah,
There was a period where it definitely
Right.
felt like that.
Which is
and-
natural.
Which is natural. And I think you actually expressed this to me at one point, too. And I was like, oh, okay, wow. But then we got engaged shortly after and this and that. And yeah.
Yeah, I would say that it takes time, especially when you first move in together, working on how to navigate not being roommates and not being each other's parent. So blending our lives together in one space, it was definitely a challenge at the beginning, but I think we are coming around. I think we definitely have.
It was just a clash of routines. I had my lifestyle, you had your lifestyle, and then just us making
And
that
then
work
also with
together.
like wedding planning, that took away from us like dating each other and actually like we were stressed the whole time, like working our 9 to 5s. And then after that I would teach yoga. And then when I'm not teaching yoga, then we're planning the wedding. And that's when I felt like we were just like roommates, just like in a hamster wheel, just going through the routine. And I'm glad that we're finally off of that wheel and can
Don't miss
finally
that. Do not miss that. My
be each
God.
other's partners and not roommates.
Our officiant, literally during our ceremony, said it best, where he said that the wedding planning process is essentially hazing a couple.
Oh,
where
yeah.
you guys
I
are
agree with
working
that.
full-time jobs
100%
while
agree.
also,
Fully agree with that.
planning an entire wedding. And so if you guys can withstand the wedding planning hazing, essentially, you should be okay usually. Like if you guys work together well with that.
All right.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Okay. There it is.
And so that was the last of the check-in questions. So I'm not going to say like who won, but
It It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It doesn't
It's
really matter.
close enough.
It doesn't matter. But do you have any takeaways for us? Or
So yeah, I noticed that you guys really like just share a lot of meaning, future goals. Like you guys really excelled in that area, specifically with having your own traditions and rituals, talking about your future plans, supporting each other, and having shared interests. You guys also seem to manage conflict very well based on the answers. I mean, look, I haven't like witnessed you guys going all out, but based on how you responded, it was good. And so then the fondness and admiration is when it was starting to get into the half credit for some of it. And then where if I were, going to work with you guys and we weren't friends, and it would be the bids for connection and the love map.
Okay.
Okay.
And so
Interesting.
that was basically feeling like you guys were paying attention to each other's bids for connection. And then I guess that kind of makes sense with the love maps, because it's basically how well do you know the little things about each other, which would happen when we're paying attention.
Right.
And we're engaging in those bids.
That all makes sense.
No, I love that. That's a great takeaway. Okay.
So I do have little emotional bank account thing that I was mentioning, and it goes into detail about ways to make deposits into your emotional bank account, and it's the Bank of Bids.
Okay.
Bank of bids.
So, let's see. Oh, and then I wouldn't say that we reviewed the Gottman method without going through the sound relationship house. So everything that we just went through is like the foundation of the house that is your relationship.
Okay.
And so the literal walls and the foundation are the love maps, trust, commitment, and then the shared fondness and admiration, turning towards each other instead of away, positive perspective, managing conflict, shared dreams, and then shared meaning.
Definitely share this with us, and we will put it on the screen so that you guys can all see it and review it as well.
Yeah. And
Share it
so
with Chickpea as well.
So with the bids and the emotional bank account, deposits would be when you build up enough positive interactions with your partner. You can consider it like your emotional bank account is flourishing. So that's feeling safe and relaxed in the relationship. If you have to withdraw, which is like you have a fight or a bid fails, it doesn't feel too bad, and then you can easily recover.
Okay.
You give each other the benefit of the doubt during conflict, and you have enough positive interactions saved up that it won't end up in red.
Nice.
Interesting.
Then the withdrawals would be you begin to feel that your relationship is in trouble. You might start to question each other's intentions and feel disconnected or even lonely. You become extremely concerned or perhaps even frantic as how you will build the relationship back up, just as we would feel frantic if our financial bank account dipped to below zero.
Wow.
And so this was actually, when they mentioned it in the training, I thought it was cool. The emotional bank account can be managed with the 5-to-1 ratio. This is a very specific ratio that makes love last. It means that for every negative interaction during conflict, a stable, happy marriage has 5 or more positive interactions. Having a ratio below 5-to-1 within conflict is one potential divorce indicator.
Wow. That's
Just one.
crazy.
Okay. Wow.
Woo.
Yeah. And so then with bids for you guys, the bank of bids. So there are verbal bids, so questions, statements, or stories. Affectionate touching. Back slaps.
No? Okay.
Sure. Handshakes. I'm going to go home and I'm going to shake my husband's hand.
Handshakes.
Definitely.
A squeeze, a kiss, a hug, a back or a shoulder rub. This one is big, and I like know that for me, even as a therapist, like I have to like I'm very expressive. So facial expressions. So a smile, blowing a kiss, rolling your eyes, sticking out your tongue. We have playful touching, tickling, booping, wrestling, dancing, or a gentle, playful bump. We're not talking about like shoving each other,
right.
but like just like a
Little.
yeah. Then affiliating gestures like opening a door, offering a place to sit, handing over a utensil, pointing to a shared activity or interest. And then vocal, laughing, chuckling, grunting, sighing, groaning, just any way to acknowledge that you've heard or registered what the other person has said.
Right.
And so bids are just connection through verbal or nonverbal attempts, and a person will make them to connect with their partner. Big or small, spoken or unspoken, healthy couples constantly make and accept or turn towards bids to connect. So, what would you say are your guys' moments of turning towards each other's bids? What do you do well?
I think, well, Ian, he does really well. He's always such a gentleman, so he's always there to open up my doors, especially the chairs when we're at a restaurant. He makes sure to pull out my chair and push it back in.
Oh, always.
So he's really thoughtful in those ways. I try to tickle him, but he does not like to be tickled or anything like that.
Like, I almost just cursed. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. I hate tickling.
Yeah, so does he.
Yeah,
He's
no.
not. Yeah, he does not like that.
Feels violent. It's frightening.
Right? But we love to acknowledge each other and like touch on each other, rub each other. Not in like a sexual way, but we
Some point,
acknowledge
I'm
each
sure.
other's presence, of course. You know.
No, I'd agree with that. We pat each other on the back here and there. Always compliment each other, especially with dinner.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Like literally the next thing, catch your partner doing something good. Notice what your partner does that you appreciate, even if it's something that they do every day, and say thank you. That's actually like something I tell parents to do when I'm doing I do the nurtured heart parenting approach, and I tell them to literally go on the phone and pretend that they're like gassing up their kid, and so that they'll hear it. And the behavior that you pay attention to is the behavior that you see and you'll get, because a kid will basically, everything they do is to somehow just get in a reaction from their parent. And so if you tell them how amazing it is that they like brush their teeth, even though they're supposed to.
Yeah.
So like the same thing can be said within a relationship, obviously just not to a condescending degree, like
Yeah.
you would for, a 5-year-old, but it is really important to notice the things that you guys do well, even if it's stuff that you should be doing.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well said.
Do something nice for them. So we all have opportunities throughout our day to do something kind for our partner, make them coffee in the morning, empty the dishwasher, even though it isn't your turn. Offer to cook dinner when you know that they've had a hard day.
Yeah.
Yeah, every single one of those points.
Yeah, I think we're really great at that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then showing genuine interest in your partner and their world. Maintain curiosity about your partner and how maybe their world may have changed recently. Engage and ask them questions about their day and their dreams, showing interest that sends the message that you care about your partner. And we definitely won't have time to go into it, but there is a whole section here on how to be a great listener.
Oh.
Look
And
at that.
so you guys can
definitely share
keep
that with
this.
us, please.
And basically, it's ways to express empathy and understanding as you listen.
Wow.
To not jump in and just try and problem solve, but literally just hear each other when something is going on.
This is another thing that we will share with you guys. We'll make sure to post this up so that you can see it and take notes for yourself.
Lots of stuff here. And then there's a whole listening exercise that you two can practice.
Wow. Thank you for all the homework.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. Okay.
This is what happens when you invite me over.
Great. Thank you so much. Again, we have Francesca Wehr here, And she has been doing an incredible job with us for our first couples therapy session. If you and your partner are looking for someone that you can trust, someone who can help you out and listen without judging, definitely hit our girl up. We will link her information below, her website, her email. You guys can
have a blog too where I
check
talk
her
about
out.
a lot of this
Her
stuff
blog,
too.
you know,
Check
you
out
can
the blog.
subscribe. So we really appreciate you joining us today.
Thank
It
you
has
for
been
having me.
an extreme eye-opener for the both of us. And listeners, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Feel free to play this video, pause it so that you and your partner can keep scores and try to take this quick test. But we definitely recommend finding a therapist, as Francesca said, whether there are problems or not. There's always room to start, and there's always room to grow and connect with your partner on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Wait, the birthday.
Oh, yes. Thank you for
yes.
reminding us.
See?
So, next week, we will be talking about how you can celebrate your partner in an unforgettable way. My birthday is at the end of the month, so Ian and I are already planning that. And I love birthdays. It's a huge, huge thing for me. So I'm really excited to see what's in store. And I want to know just a little preview of next week's episode. How do you show up for your husband? Do you guys plan birthdays together? Do you leave it just to him to surprise you? What are your birthday traditions?
It is different. It depends on like how we're doing financially, like if we're gonna go all out, or
Yeah.
like I just created a group chat with his friends and we organized a dinner for
Okay.
him. That was like kind of a surprise. He ended up completely finding out about it because it's a small space that we share. But I think it's about the thought that goes into it. And like for my 30th this year, we are planning on, doing a nice dinner in the city. But last year we did a weekend getaway to a farm. Like
nice.
it's really
Very
about
nice.
noticing what your partner is into in the moment and then basing it off of that, showing that you pay attention, that those bids are being accepted,
Right.
and going from there and showing that, you care about the person that you're celebrating them.
Exactly.
Well said. Well,
And is he turning 30 as well this year?
He already did.
Oh, wow.
In
So what did
December.
you do for his 30th?
I got him a very nice present,
Uh-huh.
and we did dinner in the city, and
Oh, right.
we saw his favorite podcast
oh,
people like live. So
Wow.
it was last.
I mean,
podcast
I
on the
didn't see
left.
him here.
You guys hadn't started yet. You guys hadn't even started
Next
yet.
Okay.
And it's true crime. So
Oh.
yeah. So we went to Brooklyn and we saw those and did dinner, got drinks after. It was fun.
I love that.
love that. Yeah, that's great.
Well, hopefully next time we'll have both of you here to join us. Maybe you guys can join us for our Halloween true crime edition
Oh, Alex would love
podcast.
that.
You know,
This is the first I'm hearing this.
Alex
but okay,
would-
let's
you know, I'm
put it together.
brainstorming, thinking about
Black
that.
Dahlia, he'd be here, right?
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. Find us on YouTube, Spotify. Follow us on all social media.
Do it.
Comment, and let us know what you thought about this episode. And we'll have all of Francesca's information listed below so that you can follow her as well and get started on your love journey. And you do not need to be in a relationship to start therapy with Francesca, right?
No, you do not. No, I see people individually through EMDR, brain spotting, and also I don't make, well, we can make jokes, but I have to say that us being friends changes the dynamic. Though this is not what a therapy session would look like,
Yeah.
but I promise the rapport will be there.
There will be no
yeah.
eye rolling from her.
I swear. I swear.
She's going to try to keep it together.
Not try, I do.
Exactly. I love that.
Respect.
Well, thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Happy Valentine's Day.
Love ya.
Every day, every day, every day, every day.